So continuing with the MLB postseason, we have officially reached the World Series with two of the teams that I really didn't want to see, to be honest with you.
This is it's not the worst. I think a Subway Series I would have been more upset about, but I don't
know. LA and New York are literally the teams that spend. But
at least
if they got to be top two.
No, they weren't, because we went over this.
We did.
The Padres were like up there, I think, spending.
So were the Mets.
I don't even think either of these teams were in. I'll go through it, but I'm pretty sure these teams.
When you're
weren't
able to spend
$70
million on a player, I don't care if you defer $68 million of it. You have too much money. But they're both very good teams.
Let's go.
So Nick, of course, is excited because bandwagon. Just kidding. But
bandwagon.
Starting with the ALCS, obviously the Yankees did win 4-1. They pretty much dominated from what I saw. I didn't get to watch every game. I was gone this weekend, but from when I looked at like the stat lines and just the box scores, for the most part, their pitching was just there, and the Guardians' hitting was not. Mm-hmm. But what I was kind of thinking, and we'll talk about it in a second, but what do you guys think would have happened if Shane Bieber would have not been injured? Do you think that would have made an impact on the series?
I'll go first really quick just to help Nick out. No, it wouldn't have. I think the Yankees, the biggest difference from the Yankees and the Guardians was not pitching. I thought pitching on both ends was actually pretty solid. I don't think that you can look at the Cleveland and be like, you guys lost because of pitching. I don't think that's how that this series went. I think what it was the Yankees had such clutch hitting.
Yeah,
Soto, Stanton are just freaking carried.
I think
this
the Yankees
team.
bullpen is what was really.
They were very good. I'm not taking that away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the pitching I don't think decided this game or this series as much as people might give it credit. I think Cleveland could not get a base hit when they needed a base hit, and the Yankees got base hits when they needed base hits. I'm not taking that away.
Yeah.
I think that the whole bullpen of the Yankees has been super solid. The bullpen really, besides Clase of last game before this one, before the final game.
4?
Yeah, he blew the lead pretty significantly, but otherwise he was, his stats won't tell you because he's got like a 9 ERA, but it's like 6 games.
Yeah.
But I think that, no, I don't think it makes a difference.
What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, no. I just, for the hell of it, pulled up stats against Shane Bieber against the Yankees since 2018.
Not great.
He is 2-1. He's 2-1 with 2 no decisions, but each outing, he gave up 2 runs. He went 7 innings, 8 innings in the last 3. But he isn't what it was. This lineup's a completely different lineup.
Totally.
And I believe Austin Hedges was the one that was calling Clase Mariano.
Yeah.
Clase was supposed to be their go-to, supposed to stop the bleeding. He allowed a run every single time we faced him.
Yeah, except for the clinching game. The last game, that was the only one. But yes, you are right. He gave up a couple. Yep, you are right.
And Gaddis was the other one. He was pretty decent, but he was another one that we got some runs off.
100%.
So they didn't have their pitcher that one starter. We won it in 6. Even give them Shane Bieber. Give them one win with Shane Bieber. We still win it in 7.
That's fair.
I completely agree. I just think the Yankees clutch. Your hitting was just clutch. Like you guys just had hits in the exact right time. The home runs, everything was when runners were on base for the most part. It was just clutch hitting. That's what it was. That's what it came down to.
So what I did see though, Game 3 sounded like it was pretty crazy from what I saw because I think it was a back and forth, and then I think it ended in 10. But what did I miss from Game 3?
You gotta remind me.
That was the one with like the 2. It was a walk-off home run, I'm pretty sure. And Big Christmas in the 9th hit one to go.
Yeah.
To the extra
So
innings.
I believe that was the game that Judge also homered.
Yeah, it's like the only thing Judge has done all postseason.
we were down. The Yankees bats were pretty much silent.
Yep.
Judge comes up, did nothing, hits a home run to tie the game. Then I believe Giancarlo. That was what it was. That was the back-to-back.
Yeah, that was back-to-back for you guys.
We were down. I believe it was 5-4 or 5-3. 5-3 is what it was, or something like that. Judge hits a 2-run shot, goes oppo, ties the game. We were really not doing much before that. Then Giancarlo right back after him, goes back-to-back, makes it 6-5, and then the first home run that they hit in the 9th or whatever, I think it was Big Christmas, was to tie the game.
I'm pretty sure
that tied the game.
I think that brought it into extras.
And then Fry hit the walk-off.
Yep.
That was the craziest game
it
of
was
the series,
super fun.
But it also, I think at that point we knew that's what it was going to take for them to beat us.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we got to all of their guys in that game.
Yep, I agree.
And we knew we could get to their guys. So we were no longer worried about getting to their bullpen, who was supposed to be the highlight of their team. We hit them every time.
No, that's fair.
And I think
they beat their strength. So.
And going into game 4, game 4 was a lot of fun. I mean, there was a lot of hits. There's 21 hits combined. It was 8-6 Yanks. That was the game that if Cleveland wanted to have anything to go forward with that momentum from that walk-off, it was obviously game 4.
Yeah.
And the win was taken so far out of their sails going into Saturday. And it was, I mean, I think everyone knew kind of going into it, you were like, there's just not a chance. I think the fact that it did go to extras was pretty impressive, but I think everyone was just kind of like, it's done.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of knew it. I feel like everyone kind of felt the same way about the Dodgers game too. Like,
yeah, the funny thing is, I was just looking at the jersey. I didn't think about this, but Cano, former Yankee, so
former Met too.
Yeah, that's true. What a guy.
Former Met too.
Padre, Brave, guy moved around, but
what a roid boy, roid boy.
Anyways,
he was on the last World Series team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was on the last.
He was on
Yankees,
2009.
The last Yankees World Series team.
Yep. You want me to go through the whole infield because I can.
Oh,
he wasn't the MVP.
Mark Teixeira, Derek Jeter, and Alex Rodriguez.
I got his autograph.
Oh, what a guy.
Was
Curtis Granderson on there?
No, Granderson was 2014 team. It was
Nick Swisher. There it is.
Jeter, A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, Tex, Posada.
Yep.
Left field was Gardy. No, Gardy was in center.
No, yeah, you're right.
Left field was Damon. Right field was Swisher.
Yep, there it is.
Johnny Damon played left, and Hideki DH. He was
that was so good.
He was the MVP.
So good.
That was crazy.
Oh man, talking about really good teams, the National League, the Dodgers, they beat the Mets. I think the Mets couldn't ride that hot streak into a really, really good team. I think they won game 2 from what I remember, and then going back to New York, they did not dominate the way they needed to. But it kind of just flip-flopped, though, because it wasn't like anyone, from what I watched and saw, it was like the Mets were hitting really well one game, then the Dodgers weren't, and then the Dodgers hit really well one game, then the Mets didn't. It didn't seem like, I don't know if you guys saw anything different, but there wasn't any like really good games. It was either one team had a good game and the other didn't, or 100%. Team had a good game and the other one didn't, is what I saw from the series. But
100%. Yeah. It again kind of felt the same way where just the Mets put up a fight, but you again kind of just were like, no. But no, every game, honestly, that whole thing was...
It was literally, it was like 10-0 or 8-0.
You can go through it. And
there
were
a couple ones.
It was 7-3, or sorry, that was game 2. 7-3, game 2, 9-0, 7-3.
Yeah.
Then it was 8-0, 10-2, and then 12-6.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was literally
and then the last game was 10-5. And it never even felt like it felt like it was 300-0 every game. Like it never felt like it was actually like, oh, the Mets have a shot to come back or the Dodgers could come. It was just like these games are so boring to watch.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. They were all very lopsided.
So boring.
From the get-go.
Yeah, literally. They were all early scoring too.
Yeah. I think the cool thing though, I already talked about this, but Flaherty, Kopech, and Edman all were super impactful in that series, all trade deadline pieces. But I think Edman did end up winning the MVP of the CS. So thanks for listening to the Kinda Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back next week to hear more from the Kinda Athletic podcast.